Oh, hello. My name is Shmuel Schnaps, and welcome to Bravo's A Brief History of Quarters. Tonight, we shall go on a magical journey, right from the game's first inceptions to its current standings on the world stage. But, to truly understand the motivation and intricacies of the game of quarters, we must go back and look at its humble beginnings. In the year 1828, a British duke by the name of Sir Edmund P. Moneyshot was traveling to one of his South African colonies when he came across a number of tribal children playing a curious game known as Cull Duck. It involved bouncing a round flat rock into a small hole in the ground. He found the game difficult to play against the obviously skilled children and began practicing in his quarters with a pence and a teacup. This mode of play soon became popular and flourished in South African colonies. After becoming sufficiently skilled, Sir Moneyshot headed back to England to share his newfound talent. The pence game, as it was now known, swept through Europe like the Black Plague. It subsequently spread through the rest of Europe, and in 1923, with only a coin, a cup, and the American dream, Pierre Lacroix, an 11-year-old merchant's son, set off to America. Lacroix set up a quarter stall outside of Chicago's butcher shop. The craze spread like wildfire through Chicago and then the rest of North America. But the boom only lasted until the 1930s, when the Great Depression thundered through the economic landscape. Tragically, only the very wealthy could afford to use quarters, and unfortunately, for the huddled masses, pennies just came up short. When the soldiers came back from the front line, so too did an interest in quarters. Everyone had enough money to play, and with the Women's League established during war times, both sexes were now playing more than ever. Word soon came out from the other side of the Iron Curtain that the USSR had established the quarters as their national sport. Fearing ties to communism, the sport was outlawed and pushed into the back rooms around the country. That is, until a ragtag crew of Canadians decided to beat the Russians at their own game, throwing caution into the wind and flipping a quarter into the face of the law. An all-Canadian team flew to Russia to play in a summit which culminated in 1972. This team was headed by the upstart quarters prodigy from rural Manitoba, named Paul Henderson. The following is some audio footage retrieved from this memorable series.
Cardoyer has it on that wing. Here's a shot. Henderson made a wild stab for spell. Here's another shot. Right by the score. Henderson has scored for Canada.
In 1998, Stu McCracken, a promising theoretical physicist specializing in the elastic properties of metallic substances, soon brought quarters to the forefront of extracurricular activities at the University of Alberta. The quarters craze gained a following comparable to the New Kids on the Block, or the Furby. The rest is pretty much history. Since then, Canadians' quarter clubs have popped up in the University of Guelph, Queens, Saskatchewan, Victoria, and most recently, the University of Alberta. What's next for quarters? Only time will tell. But for me, I have to get back to my novel. It's a Jim Davis. Oh, Cat, why are you so obese?